Love greetings from home, primordial consciousness of creation. I am Korean. And right now, one can see clearly that everything has changed forever. All potential for effective change and break from all the pre-designed patterns, for those who have attained high levels of consciousness are confirmed, and these patterns cease to exist in the eternal now. This is a precious time, and is also a sacred moment. Many, many souls yearned for this moment in the eternal now, because they all agreed between sea that this day would come, a time of celebration and ecstasy. And the celebration is very close. You have been in a very long day trial, facing the light and shadow shades that you yourselves have devised for himself. This has been known saga of the human angels, in search of lost consciousness since the fall of Atlantis. For eons and eons, many hearts yearned for a time of revelations that could bring them the glory and the truth about their origin and their purpose. In fact, expectations, at all times of the history of human evolution, were very high, although men are alienated from their divinity in conceiving God as a distant, authoritarian figure, but undeniably powerful. It also ascribed to them in a way, a halo of greatness for themselves, where they could deposit their hopes of reaching the same glory and power to himself at some point. The men did not ignore being created in the image and likeness of his creator, but they forgot, however, that the creator were they them. And for thousands of years, while eras passed, these same human knelt on stone altars, erected on behalf of the greatness of this God and his immense wisdom and power over all humanity, and they prayed often, weeping copiously, unaware that they were praying for themselves. The stone altars no longer exist within the minds of the primordial creator that they lived this experience. Those souls who, fulfilling your higher purpose, for this step of the journey, rose above the human condition, and accepted and assumed the light of consciousness in this experience. I, Korean, brought the entourage to tell them the change already begun. It is real, and will be incontestable before human eyes for all those who want to see beyond the human senses. The perception will be expanded as never before, and you have before him the first chords of the crystalline age, bringing clarity and truth on issues that remain for eons, veiled in illusion and oblivion. There is at this time broken out a beautiful and great potential that will elevate and make them hover above all the old conceptions of human and limitations. There are now a powerful wave, a stream of constant energy, which is growing, and that will make the stride, rapidly, toward a new destination. The history of mankind, as conceived, will change, their bodies, as they know, will change, your old self, that petty human, limited, full of illusion and forgetfulness, no more will be part of your journey. Once your I am passed to command your experience, everything will be integrated and will rise to a subtle porch, elegant, and extremely loving. It is for this experience level of this wonderful potential points to some of you, beloved masters. And also know that all creations of mankind design will still be considered, but those are the pioneers of the new consciousness. Those who won the illusion of Nitware and withdrew Maya veil, they will see beyond the human senses with the master of vision, the vision of the highest one that will provide them with all the disclosure levels that were hidden to the ordinary common people of your old I and limited human. You are multidimensional beings and infinite, and now can reveal facets of their infinity, its completeness, through its realization in this new human self, the divine human awaited and longed for, and which I, Korean, I have spoken for 7 years. This divine human transcends the present human, and his primitive conception of his humanity. It transcends the body and biology, and will beyond everything that ordinary human could think of to himself. I told them that 2016 was an unprecedented year, and now I tell you it is the. Nothing will be like never before. and you are the ones who experience these things first, before the rest of humanity may also have access, legitimately, at this level of experience, because you have decided, and its decision is sovereign, and you are those lights, those souls light on experience, whose entirety consciousness for this manifestation planned third dimension, causes a crystalline energy, abundant, rich with potential unimaginable becomes possible, casting a new experience for you same. A few years ago, I told you that you would be able to create individual holograms within a collective hologram, and you evolve beyond all potentials provided, and that when you pass certain portals, what we call consciousness of portals, you would rise to new experimentation landings through incredible levels of joy, and that would be great meter. And even I, Korean, I propose to them, we will measure the temperature of our love. It makes time for you, but I have not forgotten, dear, and how can we do this? It is a meaning that goes beyond the perception of three-dimensional human, because you, as being multidimensional, is not subject to time and space as the linearity imposed on it. You're the one soul that goes far beyond taxes, you go beyond the impositions of limitation and finitude land because you conceives much higher, on a truly grand scale, and it is able to realize that you are the skilled creator only for conduct the symphony orchestra that brings the light of consciousness to your own experience. You are the great maestro. You are the composer, you are the one who plays the instruments. So more need, believe, you are able to extract the instruments the most precious sound and often inaudible to human ears. The home sound is to be felt, it is to be intuited. Human perception will not reach the home sound, because it is not in this dimension. When you rise beyond all parameters and paradigms auto-taxes, when you finally breaks with himself and allows that old I human to go, you do not realize, but you rise an octave higher, and this is precious time, in which you allow yourself to go beyond all that yourself, as a human, conceived for you, you release his say, and that's when you are freed from himself, all the patterns created and established for the illusion of experience, when you release the characteristics of your I character, is that you go out and definitely leaves a prison without walls. And then the perfection comes to you in every way, when you look and see the infinite perfection, limitless, the creator in the set of his work, looking for himself, for all its shapes and contours, you realize how wonderful, how extraordinary was his experience as an amnesiac human. Although the creator in himself not to reveal to the world, you are allowed to have an experience, even forgotten about who you were and your true origin, but baby, you kept on earth, you faced the challenges and limitations with this human eye narrow-minded, dull and often without great aspirations. You, of genial manner, predicted a spectacular finale to the epic of mankind in himself. And behold, at the moment, you are living an epic moment where you are in the final stretch. All challenges will disappear, because the time has come delivery for those who chose the divine self, transcendence and metamorphosis. Nothing, never will be equal. Keep this sentence. You cannot be human, human you are not, and could not be. But you allowed yourself to think like a human, live like a human, feel as a human and have all the limitations that the human self is necessary. See, Master, as it is worthy of a great mind, and not the opposite, like all belief systems made it seem it would be. No, anyway, you are an incredibly beautiful, be there generosity and kindness in your heart, anything you look like that character with which you have come across in the mirror of this last experience, since you came to earth, but know that this is your last day as a human, and this human being tends to disappear. The linear minds of those who are not ready will not achieve at this time, the intensity and depth, truthfulness and above all, most importantly, the transparency of these words Korean pronounced at this time. But you the feel, because the crystalline energy is on earth, she came, and it is final, she will not depart from your experiences, and you do not turn back. There is no setback in this process, it is growing and continuous, it was expected because it is the natural evolution of all things, and it's like they are simply. Everything is very simple, and could never be different from that, but even that three-dimensional human complicated, oblivious to simplicity, consistency, ease and grace, this human search major complications, challenges that go beyond their solution capabilities, this human only credits himself the laurels when this victory is very hard, when the challenge is imperative and superior to his human forces. And this human is prevented, and sabotages, to live the experience with lightness, softness and grace, because he is not allowed to have the subtlety to your service. It does not, for example, that other angels will serve you and share your light, and feel that it is an honor for them because this three-dimensional human likes to complicate things even, like challenges and believe in overcoming as something great, and only then, he believes the things he achievement have value. But I, Kriyan and the entourage, we are here to tell you that this time is over, listen well, break definitely with the difficulties, break with all the limits and quantities that represented to them, which make these limits are reinforced. Nothing is too great, dear. And nothing on this planet, in this creation is out of reach. When you hear the Master say, everything comes to you. Simply open up, allow and accept, know that this is an indisputable fact. I, Kriyan, I want to tell you that the time has come to receive, to allow himself to be served, to believe that you are a being benevolent and allows others with ease and grace. Join your experience new with this new divine self-transcendental who found a new way of exist. Try and taste all the flavors that the earth has to offer. When you access the standards of your three-dimensional, immediately all restrictions emerge and with them come the patterns that characterize the third dimension. Height nothing can be too great, depth all must have a limit, and width nothing but it can be more than what I see. And that includes how you see, dear. I am is infinite, unlimited, for I am there are no walls, no ceiling and no floor, for I am. All of you are living an experience of many pixels projected onto a blank screen, which can easily be filled with thousands of pixels you wish to create. It is in your hands, from now, and these hands should serve your consciousness. Consciousness is multidimensional, consciousness is eternal, consciousness loves, and never would place them more pain if you do not want to try more. But the same consciousness allows them to experience the freedom, at all levels of creation, and therefore did not interfere when you decided who would live the pain, the drama, the despair and imbalance, and that SIRIAN, a kind of learning that, at that time, was unheard of. As for you, at this moment of now it is also unprecedented creation freedom experience within a three-dimensional hologram with consciousness. Dear, you created the earth and everything in it. See as the result of illusion, forgetfulness and how forgetful human. Think, for a moment only, what will you do? You are within the hologram as primordial creator, executors of his will and sovereignty, working on behalf of your consciousness. What is the earth? Where this potential points. You build wonders, dear, you all, it's what we see. You will make earth an unprecedented orb, and believe me, my words will not pass away, and you will remember the many eons ahead, as it still work with past, present and future, in its linearity. But in no time, not in space, the words of Kriyan echo in all times, in the eternal now. The earth is a home for you. Do this Lar, be special, be truly spectacular and extraordinary. Allow all the beauty and exuberance of this orb, containing see in the plurality of the whole experience, even during the phase of oblivion, let it all serve them as the basis of our holographic creation of self. You will have new bodies, Consciousness changes the physical. I told them that, and now is the very moment it all come true. The completeness is your brand, and you will do wonders in the name of mankind. The same genius which are moving away at this time, and this is natural because it is the evolution for evolution, and you are those bright and lofty minds who came to earth just to show that all these things are possible, and that the impossible is a condition that does not exist. And I, Korean, I'll tell you one thing: you've done the impossible. Gods who pretended that were human, they were limited and three-dimensional, who lived in a shoebox, where they played with height, depth and width, and they do not allow go beyond because these same forgetful gods believed in their own creation. So I, Korean and the entourage, we have come to ask them again, but this time is in the name of conscience: believe in the impossible. You've done before, they will do again, believe themselves. You will create a great achievement planet. And forever your evolution day will be marked with the seal of originality, that only the bright minds that have been on Earth possess. That line is still huge. There are billions of beings wanting to participate in this experience with you. Allow yourself, they will come to serve them. Some of them are already here, and there are many angels in the way. There's always, because the family, oh, dear, the family is immense, and you know it. I am Korean. Here I came because you called me. And you know that we are one and the same thing, we'll be together in all breaths. You and I, as in principle, now and forever. Let there be accomplished in deep love and unlimited respect, for these words shall not pass away. I'm still in love with you all. And so it is.